Good morning, South. I'm Kate.
And I'm Eric, and today is Wednesday, November 17th.
A 20 to 30 person fight broke out at West Anchorage High School yesterday. A direct source claims that the fight occurred between East and West High School students over family-related qualms. No one was seriously injured, and the whole school was put on lockdown as the blood was being cleaned up in the hallways. On another note, this upcoming weekend, COVID cases are predicted to severely increase due to upcoming Thanksgiving travel. So be a little extra cautious and get your loved ones traveling out of state tested. That's all for current events, and I'll pass it over to Griffin.
Thanks, Kate. Today we have Mr. Claymore as well as Dr. Allman on. How are you doing this morning, Mr. Claymore?
Good morning. I'm doing well, albeit a little bit cold. How are you today, Griffin?
I'm good. Definitely a cold morning out this morning coming in today.
For sure. I'd say it's that time of year, but it seems a little bit early to be this cold.
Yeah. Do you have any updates for us?
Yeah, I had an opportunity to escape the cold for a couple of days. I just got back from Kodiak yesterday, and it was my pleasure to go down and award the NEA Alaska ESP of the Year award. ESP stands for Education Support Professional, and that's how NEA Alaska refers to all the educators in the building that are usually what we call classified employees that work hourly jobs. And it consists of anybody from the classroom aides, other paraprofessionals in the building, bus drivers, it could be nutrition workers, all of the other people in the building that it takes to run a school. And often ESPs get, teachers and principals, administrators get a lot of the limelight, so to speak, or a lot of the attention in terms of what's going on in schools. But it really does take a whole lot of other folks to make a school successful and to be able to support kids in all of the ways that school requires. And so it was a great honor to go down to Kodiak and award this honor to Michelle Pennington, who's a special education aide, for all of the work that she does in the school, and frankly above and beyond what her duties require. And it was really cool to go down there and celebrate the good work. That's one of the two highest honors that we bestow upon members. ESP of the Year and Teacher of the Year are kind of our two flagship honors, and they'll both be the Teacher of the Year was already announced, and both Michelle and Kelly will be keynote speakers at our conference in January. So we're looking forward to that. And it's great to just celebrate. I mean, I know there's a lot of, shall we say, challenges, but also, school board meetings that are interesting and policies that are being critiqued, sometimes unfairly. And I think it's a good time to stop and look at the good things that are going on in school, that we've safely reopened all across the state, and kids are being successful. Not that it's not without challenges, but I like focusing on the good and the positive as much as we can. So,
thank you for that. Good morning, Dr. Allman. How are you this morning?
Doing well. Also cold. I'm not sure where Mr. Claymore is sitting, but when I crossed the bridge out in Eagle River this morning, I think it was -10. So it's a full 14 degrees warmer at South High School this morning than it is from the drive-in.
Yeah. Well, do you have any information for us?
I just pick up on what Mr. Claymore said, just to recognize the support staff at particularly South High School, since we're doing this from South. Our sidewalks would not be clear, food wouldn't be served, we wouldn't have a clean building and a good learning space if we didn't have our support staff. The other thing is, I think students especially know this, we've had to have some subs in the building pretty frequently, and without support staff, or at least clerical staff, that wouldn't happen. Communications wouldn't happen. So I rely on these people heavily every day. They're really the people who run the building, and allow me to kind of focus on the higher level stuff and spend time in classrooms with kids and teachers, which is what I should be doing most of the time. So can't sing their praises enough. They do a great job. The other thing I would say is that I just did nominate a group of people for a Denali Award, which is the highest honor in the ASD Our support staff literally saved a man's life in September. And so I can't say much other than that. It's hard to, have words to eloquently describe how really mostly support staff coordinated on radios, AED, administered CPR, and it is the difference between the guy being alive and not being alive right now. So it's huge. Other than that, I would just say we're in the midst of Kindness Week. And so it's good, I think, this time of year, especially as we're getting closer to Thanksgiving, to focus on giving, especially in a time where it's easy to get kind of, I think, self-centered and focus on our own needs. Sometimes it's better to look outward and figure out how we can serve others. So that's a good point of emphasis here. And for the sake of recognizing kindness, I'm going to take a pie in the face at lunch on Friday is what it looks like. So along with 10 other people. So also a good opportunity to just have some fun and lighten the mood a little bit before we all get off to Thanksgiving. And it's 1 week away. So 5 more school days and we all get a little bit more of a break and get some sleep. So that's really it for me.
Well, thank you both for being here. I'll hand it over to Eric for sports now.
Other than a boxing match at West and a state championship, sports was pretty light this week. Volleyball had its last game of the season at the UAA Alaska Airlines Sports Complex, where South actually won said state championship. In other news, in the district, Eagle River won regions for riflery. And lastly, the Anchorage Wolverines beat the Kinnick Brown Bears 6-2 in junior hockey. That's all for sports. I'll give it to Kate for closing.
Thanks, Eric. All right, South, Thanksgiving is coming up next week, meaning we will have no school next Thursday or Friday, but we will be having a Thanksgiving special show next Wednesday. That's all we've got for you guys today. Tune into our school show tomorrow at 7 a.m. And if you have any questions, submit them at asktheden.org. Follow us on Instagram at SAHSTheDen. And always remember to
keep your claws sharp, Wolverines.